In this module, we're going to talk about the simple past. Now, in English, we have a lot of different ways that we can express the past tense. For example, you could say, I spoke, I have spoken, or I was speaking. So here on one slide, we have them together. Now, the simple past is actually this one, I spoke. So whether it's I spoke, I ate, I walked, I talked, I found, all of that, the short version is what is called the simple past. Now, in Spanish, we have all these different angles too. So it's quite a big subject, the past tense in Spanish. And we're going to go through it slowly, but I want to warn you that not to expect to retain it all at once, because there's not a lot of handles that we can grab onto with the past tense, which means that we have to conjugate more in this tense than we have in other tenses. So it's going to be more work for your brain to get through. Now, the past is very, very important, essential, because it's used a lot. And if you think about it, any time that you tell a story, whether it was something that happened 5 minutes ago or 50 years ago, you're talking about the past. So it's vital that we get very comfortable with it. So let's begin now with expressing the simple past. Our first example verb is going to be hablar, which is to speak. Now the simple past would be I spoke. So we take hablar and we cross out this ending, this AR ending, and we replace it with an E with an accent over the top. So we get hablé. It's very important that in the simple past, you hit the ending with the accent. So we have hablé for I spoke. Here it is written out, hablé, I spoke. If we take another verb, comprar, it works in the same way, the same formula. So we take comprar, we get rid of the AR ending, and we replace it with an E with an accent. So now we have compré. So compré would mean I bought. Now you can see that the sound remains the same. We have hablé, I spoke, compré, I bought. Here's one more example for you. Let's take the verb encontrar, to find. So the simple past would be I found. So again, we go back here and we get rid of this AR and we replace it with an E over the top with an accent. So we'd have encontré. Encontrar goes to encontré for I found. What I'd like to do now is just to help you get a feel for the sound of the simple past. So we're going to quickly run through a wide variety of different verbs, and what I'd like you to do is convert each one into the simple past just by the sound of it. And you can repeat this exercise a number of times until you get a feel for it. So let's get started with bailar. So bailar is to dance. So to express the simple past, I danced, it would become bailé. So we have bailar, bailé. Try it now with cantar. Canté. Llamar. Llamé. Rentar. Renté. Llegar. Llegué. Tomar. Tomé. Besar. Besé. Fumar. Fumé. Pagar. Pagué. Tapar. Tapé. Tocar. Toqué. Usar. Usé. Escalar. Escalé. Caminar. Caminé. Cruzar. Crucé. Copiar. Copié. Nadar. Nadé. Esperar. Esperé. Visitar. Visité. estudiar, estudié. Confirmar, confirmé. Pensar, pensé. So this is the sound of the simple past with AR verbs. I'm sure that you could hear very, very clearly how they all had the same feel, the same sound to it when we're expressing simple past with AR verbs. So it's really nice, I think, to get into that natural way of learning the conjugation simply by getting a feel for the sound of it in your ears. Remember to repeat that little exercise a number of times until you feel comfortable with this sound. The rule for the simple past for I with AR verbs, so I found, I ate, I walked, I talked, all of that is where you take the AR ending and you simply replace it with an E with an accent over the top.